In a small village in Okinawa, Japan, a 103-year-old woman wakes up every morning at 5 a.m., tends her garden, walks to the local market, and spends the afternoon laughing with friends she has known for over 80 years. She takes 0 medications. She has never been to a hospital, and her blood work looks better than most 40-year-olds in America. She is not an outlier. Okinawa has the highest concentration of centenarians on the planet. Japanese women live to an average of 87.7 years, but in Okinawa, women regularly blow past 100 with their minds and bodies intact. Scientists have spent over 50 years studying these people through the Okinawa Centenarian Study, and what they found was not genetics. It was not luck. It was 5 daily practices so simple that Western researchers initially refused to believe they could explain such extraordinary longevity. Today I am going to show you exactly what these practices are and what the hard science says about why they work. Chapter 1. Ikigai, the reason to get out of bed that adds 7 years to your life. Every single centenarian interviewed in the Okinawa study could immediately answer one question. What is your Ikigai? Ikigai translates roughly to your reason for being, the intersection of what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what gives your life meaning. This is not some abstract philosophical concept. It has measurable biological effects. A landmark study published in JAMA Network Open followed over 43,000 Japanese adults for 7 years and found that those who reported having a strong sense of purpose had a 31% lower risk of dying from any cause compared to those who lacked one. 31%. A separate study from Rush University Medical Center followed over 900 older adults for 5 years and found that those with the highest sense of purpose were 2.4 times less likely to develop Alzheimer's disease. The mechanism is now well understood. Purpose reduces chronic inflammation, lowers cortisol levels, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and repair branch of your nervous system. When you have a reason to wake up every morning, your body literally produces fewer stress hormones and more repair hormones. The Okinawan centenarians do not retire. There is no word for retirement in the traditional Okinawan dialect. They have their Ikigai from childhood until the day they die, whether it is tending their garden, teaching the next generation, or mastering a craft. Many Western retirees experience a dramatic health decline after leaving work, and the science now explains why. You do not need to find one grand cosmic purpose. Your Ikigai can be as simple as growing the best tomatoes in your neighborhood or being the grandparent who teaches the children. What matters is that something pulls you forward every single morning. Chapter 2. Hara Hachi Bu, the 8-word eating rule that changes everything. Before every meal, Okinawans recite a Confucian phrase, Hara Hachi Bu. It means eat until you are 80% full, then stop. This simple practice results in Okinawans consuming roughly 1,800 calories per day compared to the average American's 2,500. That is a 30% caloric difference, and the longevity implications are staggering. Caloric restriction without malnutrition is the single most replicated finding in all of longevity science. Researchers at Washington University studied human practitioners of caloric restriction and found that their biological markers resembled people 20 years younger. Lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, lower inflammation, and dramatically better insulin sensitivity. The magic behind Hara Hachi Bu is autophagy, your body's cellular recycling program. When you eat less, your body is forced to become more efficient. It breaks down damaged proteins, clears out dysfunctional mitochondria, and recycles cellular waste into building materials for new healthy cells. Nobel Prize-winning research by Yoshinori Osumi proved that autophagy is one of the most powerful anti-aging mechanisms in existence. But here is why Hara Hachi Bu works where Western diets fail. It is not about counting calories or restricting food groups. It is about listening to your body and stopping before you feel stuffed. Okinawans eat abundantly. They eat colorful sweet potatoes, tofu, bitter melon, seaweed, and small amounts of pork. Their plates are full and satisfying. They simply stop before that last 20%. This practice naturally prevents the insulin spikes, metabolic dysfunction, and chronic inflammation that drive aging in the Western world. Start your next meal by eating slowly, putting your fork down between bites, and stopping when you feel satisfied but not full. That simple shift can trigger the same cellular repair mechanisms that keep Okinawan centenarians thriving past 100. Chapter 3. Green tea and the EGCG molecule that scientists call a longevity drug. Okinawans drink an average of 3 to 5 cups of green tea every single day, and this habit alone may explain a significant portion of their extraordinary health span. The key compound in green tea is epigallocatechin gallate, or EGCG, and the research on this molecule is frankly astonishing. A massive prospective study of over 40,000 Japanese adults published in JAMA found that those who drank 5 or more cups of green tea per day had a 26% lower risk of death from all causes compared to those who drank less than 1 cup. For cardiovascular disease, specifically, the risk reduction was 31% in women. EGCG works through multiple mechanisms simultaneously. It is one of the most potent natural antioxidants ever studied, neutralizing free radicals roughly 100 times more effectively than vitamin C. It activates AMPK, the enzyme that mimics the effects of exercise and caloric restriction at the cellular level. It inhibits the mTOR pathway, the same pathway targeted by the experimental longevity drug rapamycin, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier to protect neurons directly. A study from the University of Basel found that green tea extract improved working memory and connectivity between brain regions on functional MRI scans. Researchers at the Chinese Academy of Sciences discovered that regular green tea consumption was associated with brain structures that appeared 5 years younger on neuroimaging. The Okinawan approach is specific. They drink a local variety called sampin, a jasmine green tea that they sip throughout the day rather than consuming it all at once. This creates a sustained low-level release of EGCG that keeps cellular protection mechanisms active around the clock. 3 to 5 cups spread throughout the day appears to be the sweet spot for longevity benefits. Chapter 4. Moai, the social structure that is more powerful than any medicine. Every Okinawan centenarian belongs to a Moai, a committed social group of 5 to 8 friends who meet regularly for their entire lives. Some Moais in Okinawa have been meeting for over 90 years, since the members were children. This is not casual socializing. This is a structured lifelong commitment to mutual support, shared purpose, and deep human connection. And the science shows it might be the most powerful longevity intervention of all. The Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest-running study on human happiness spanning over 85 years, reached one definitive conclusion. The quality of your relationships is the single strongest predictor of both health and longevity. Stronger than cholesterol, stronger than blood pressure, stronger than exercise. A meta-analysis published in PLOS Medicine analyzed 148 studies involving over 300,000 participants and found that strong social connections increased the odds of survival by 50%. 50%. The biological mechanisms are profound. Chronic loneliness activates the same neural pathways as physical pain. It elevates cortisol, increases systemic inflammation, suppresses immune function, and accelerates telomere shortening. Isolated individuals have a 29% higher risk of heart disease and a 32% higher risk of stroke. The Moai structure works because it removes the ambiguity of modern friendship. You do not have to wonder if someone will show up. You do not have to maintain relationships through social media likes. Your Moai is there, physically present, consistently, for decades. They share your burdens, celebrate your wins, and give you accountability. In modern life, you can create your own Moai. Find 4 to 7 people who share your values. Commit to meeting weekly or bi-weekly. Make it non-negotiable. Show up in person. This single social structure could add more years to your life than any supplement, diet, or exercise program. Chapter 5. Gentle Daily Movement, the anti-exercise that outperforms the gym. Here is what confuses Western fitness culture about Okinawan longevity. These centenarians do not exercise. They have never seen the inside of a gym. They do not run marathons or lift weights or track their steps on a smartwatch. And yet their cardiovascular fitness, bone density, and functional strength rival people 30 years younger. The secret is what researchers call natural movement, physical activity woven so deeply into daily life that it never feels like exercise. Okinawan centenarians garden for hours every day, growing their own food. They sit on the floor and get up and down dozens of times daily, maintaining hip flexibility and leg strength that most Westerners lose by 50. They walk everywhere. They do not use labor-saving devices. Their entire environment is designed to keep the body moving gently and consistently throughout the day. A study from the Blue Zones Project found that people in the world's longest-lived communities move naturally every 20 minutes on average. This constant low-grade movement keeps metabolism active, maintains insulin sensitivity, preserves muscle mass, and prevents the inflammatory cascade that sedentary behavior triggers. Research published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that replacing just 30 minutes of sitting with light physical activity reduced mortality risk by 17%. But here is the key insight. Intense exercise followed by long periods of sitting may actually be worse than moderate consistent movement throughout the day. A study of over 7,000 adults found that prolonged sitting negated many of the benefits of a single daily workout. The Okinawan lesson is clear. Move more, not harder. Garden. Cook from scratch. Walk to your errands. Sit on the floor. Take the stairs. Stand while you work. Integrate movement into every hour of your day rather than compressing it into one gym session. Your body was designed for constant gentle motion, and when you give it that, it rewards you with decades of additional healthy life. Those are the 5 practices that make Japanese women the longest-lived people on the planet. Ikigai for purpose, Hara Hachi Bu for metabolic health, green tea for cellular protection, Moai for social connection, and gentle daily movement for physical resilience. The beautiful thing about these habits is their simplicity. No expensive supplements, no extreme protocols, no suffering required. Just ancient wisdom validated by modern science. Pick one practice from this list and integrate it into your life this week. Find your reason to get up in the morning. Stop eating before you are completely full. Drink green tea. Invest in your closest relationships. And move your body gently throughout the day. If this video gave you value, subscribe to Longevity Lab because every week we decode the science of living longer and better. Leave a comment telling me which Okinawan practice you are adopting first. Your future self will thank you. I will see you in the next one.